Okay, we're gonna have to do Plat Doom, boys. We're gonna do Plat Doom. Saved? Why are you saying saved? What the heck? I didn't go anywhere. Okay, Plat Doomfist Noombani, he is Zol X. Well, thank you for clarifying that, as it was recorded from your POV. Lovely! I haven't coached Doomfist in forever, man. Forever! Holy smokes, this will be fun. Alright. Like a much worse defense attack because I just mirrored it. It's the same thing. Like the only difference between off attack and defense timing is the fact that sometimes you're more reactive to what the enemy team does than what your team does. So like if you're holding first point, when the enemy team like rushes in or jumps you, that's when you establish your offing, or that's when you peel. Right? So that's all you're really focusing on. Is just like mirroring the enemy team. Just doing something at the same time though. Make sure you don't get your resources forced early. Alright, we go. Dude, my nose is so... I wore that mask, man, and I must have been cat hair in it. Oh my gosh, it's awful. Ah! God, that's so loud. What comp are you running? 5-stack in comp? I forgot that works in Lorix. Okay, not dive. That's basically what you're... Oh, yes, you are kind of running dive things. Okay, you're a brave man. I know. You're a brave man because in terms of composition or map, this is probably one of the worst Doomfist maps in the game. Because the thing with Doomfist is you really, like, obviously height can be useful, but if there's a ton of height and height that he's not easily accessible to, there's serious problems. And this map, you have a serious problem because there's a lot of high ground, and there's a lot of high ground that you don't start on. You have to walk up or uppercut to, and then you can go. But on attack, you don't have that option. You just have to go, right? So this is going to be rough. This is going to be really hard in attack. Yeah. And, so this would be easier in defense, and this might be easier on like third point, little to a lesser extent second point. But this is going to be really rough in first point. Shut up, Yeti.
Yo.
So I'm curious to see, like, how are you going to stage?
We played dive.
Why am I being mentally assaulted with the 2 seconds I've started this video? Nice. Nice. Pharmacy, that's unfortunate. So, I'm impressed, okay? I'm impressed and depressed. I'm like, yeah, okay? Like, we've got a little bit of impression and depression going on, okay? And here's why. First off, you got a nice little bounce jump here. This is good. Hit the space bar, you hit the edge, great work. But what are you going to kill, senior? What's the point? You look cute, but it's worthless. I assume that you're the type of person that wears high heels or like a suit indoors. Because this is essentially, this is the exact equivalent of that. Completely worthless, but at least it looked cool. But what I'm saying is, this isn't a worthless thing to know. This is probably worth practicing, right? Why? Well, could be a Hanzo here. Could be, you know, an Ana looking for a greedy sleep. I mean, heck, there could be a tank here that you could maybe uppercut off the high ground, right? This is worth practicing, but right now, you need to be using discretion. Let me spell that for you just in case you don't actually read. That wouldn't make any sense because if you can't read, you wouldn't be able to spell it anyway, okay? And know when this is useful and when it's not. Right now, this is a pharmacy. You have no cooldowns. You're not going to kill pharmacy without punch. All right? It's not going to happen. You're never going to be able to close the distance to where you can actually land a shot uppercut. It's not going to happen, senior. I don't know why I keep calling you senior. It kind of seems to fit, though, okay? So, don't do this if they're playing a pharmacy. What you should be doing instead is you could be flanking, you could go back to high ground, you could punch across and try and slam on the back line. Sure, it's an int, it's probably going to result in your death, but at least it accomplishes something, right? This accomplishes nothing except feeding ult charge and looking like an absolute nincompoop. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. Look at you. You're lucky you're not dead. Alright. Again, we see the problems of running Doomfist here. You've done absolutely nothing this entire game outside of punch the Winston once. You're going to try and slide punch, but that obviously works out about as well as we could expect. You're doing nothing, still doing nothing. Again, this is where you need to stage from high ground. You can go high ground here, and they won't see you, and then you could punch from here. You can go backline. You could try a cute little punch the wall and punch uppercut on the Pharah. You could try and maybe punch the monkey here. You could drop slam onto the Zarya who's coming up forward. You have options here, but the thing with Doomfist is if you can't stage, then you need to figure out how to stage, right? There's never a situation as Doomfist where you say, man, I just can't stage. If that's the case, get off of Doomfist. Okay? Now, that's why people study rollouts for Doomfist, is because so you can stage. You could find out crazy things, like you could go lower here, you can punch off of the payload and slam on high ground. That's clever staging that you need to do on this map because you can't stage otherwise because the map is so unfriendly to Doomfist, right? So if you're not willing to learn either little relevant tricks, not punching up against the wall, which is completely irrelevant, or at least taking the time to stage properly, then you need to get off this hero. He's about to pull out the machete. Yeah.
Dude, I'm lagging so
No,
much.
please stop screaming my ear, Berserk. Okay. This is promising.
And maybe
This is not promising.
you shouldn't play an aim-dependent hero.
Yeah. What should I play? Junkrat? I never played.
No rush. You know, you've already wasted 70 seconds of my life. Actually, a lot more.
It's fine now.
But, you know. Okay. We're staging, I think. Hey! Now, I'm not even going to talk about the timing of this. I think this is a little early. You can tell it's early because even though you're running a Winston ball, you have no tanks in front of you. None of them are diving with you, which is a little bit disconcerting. So I think you're a little bit early. But I don't even care right now. Like last VOD, we were talking about Diamond Diva and timing and all that crap. I don't even care, man. I'm just glad that you're actually recognizing what you need to be doing in the situation and actually making a small attempt at doing this. If you punched the payload here and clunked it and failed and died, I still would have been happy because you would at least been trying to do the right thing. Right? That's proper practice. Now you slam. Yes! Sweet! Mercy, that was good! As good mechanically, but your mechanics are never going to matter on, like, no matter how many wall bounce jumps that you can do if you're not actually thinking about what you need to do in the situation. This is good. Great! You set it up. Probably should not... yeah, careful. Yes, good. Run out. You've done your job. You're alright. Now go back in. Go. Please kill the Zarya. Nice. He's gonna have primal. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Is there a difference in meaning between concerning and disconcerting? Arrange. To concert is to arrange something. So disconcerting would be to disarrange. Or to bother. Wait, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? What was that?
Zero one.
Okay, that was really odd. My favorite, the ball goes, I'll stall, guys. Fight's lost, speed 600 ult charge. It's okay. I wasted time. Mostly mine. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, there. Avada Kedavra, that's actually his name. Avada Kedavra! Right. Okay, again, staging is... Okay, staging is the problem. How can you stage as safely as possible? You keep trying to do these diag punches. Classic Genji, yeah, well. Go ahead, your ball's on him, might as well. Ah! Nice. Okay, now stage, stop, right now, stage. Stage, 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 stage. This is easier to stage on because chat, trick question right now, for all strategic purposes, not actual, strategic purposes, is Doomfist now attacking or defending? He's defending, yeah. Now it's a hybrid. There is a little bit of attack because the fight location can move. Like let's say you're defending what they just choose to let the payload move, right? Then maybe you have to again attack again if they just let the payload move. But eventually they have to stop the payload. They have to aggress on you, right? Or hold a corner. So assuming that they're going to recontest this before you cap 2, you're kind of defending here. Right? You can expect the fight to happen somewhere in this location, almost like Numbani first. So right now, playing Doomfist isn't going to feel bad because you can take the time to set up a position and stage a fight. The Doomfist is going to feel bad when you don't have the space and you have to go and take the space away from him, especially on a map like this where there's this much high ground. So right now, Doomfist should feel fine, but you need to put some urgency in your staging. Great. You seem to know you're very good with your diag punches. Or with your, I don't remember. I spent a long time practicing all the different Doomfist attacks. Most of them forgotten, but that one is obviously probably the most important Doomfist tech there is. Playing Doomfist always feels bad. Thank you, Yeti. They have a Reaper now. Interesting, Bob. I would say a little early. Be quiet. I would be crouching here. 100% be crouching. Okay, how are you going to initiate? Mess up your combo. You just clunked it. You just clunked it hard. Let's look at this again. Ooh, did you even shoot? I don't think you even shot before you uppercut. So right now, you need to line up your shot and uppercut. So you can see how you slam, you get booped. Oh, you got booped. That's unfortunate. You really want to land a shot before you uppercut, so it should be animationless. Shoot, uppercut, shoot. Shoot, uppercut, shoot. Just hold on the mouse as you're doing your slam. You hold primary fire as you're slamming.
Raid on it.
No, I need just a tad more.
Reaper in backline, no raid.
Okay. Right.
Ew.
Better to drop with a punch? I mean, it depends on the situation. I would generally agree, yeah. I think it's always better to drop with the punch if you have a good wall. Like, you're right. It probably would have been better to punch there, to drop punch. Similar to like how it would have been better to drop punch on like a Lijiang Tower control center defense where they walk through white. Most teams are going to retake through white, or most squishies are, and so you're going to have a really nice punch there. So yeah, I probably would have punched there considering that you had this wall. That's a good point. Is crouch spamming effective? Just hold crouch. Yes, it is effective. Huh. Yeah, see, this is why I have crouch bound to C. I have a lot of success with crouch on C, because I can use my abilities and crouch at the same time. I can also WASD. Whenever I WASD and I have to move my pinky to crouch, it's like I got a baby hand, so I can't. It's tough. Stage! Shocking.
Ryan needs to die.
I mean, you're worthless. You're worthless. So you're lazy with your staging. You're like, oh, Ryan's feeding. You fail to kill the Ryan, and then you die. Staging would have been going here, right, and been being sneaky. or going up to the top right high ground because you know they're going to contest card here, so you can slam or drop punch from high ground again. Instead, you just kind of get sloppy. You're late on your staging, and then you're dead.
Ryan needs to die.
Yeah, mouse. Sure. Whatever works for you.
Reaper and Zara.
Ah,
That's it.
please stop
Okay.
screaming in my ear.
I said so.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
I want you.
What is this Reaper doing? This Reaper's getting away with murder! Oh, that's ours, a million charge too. Good? Oh, that not good. To get personal, that sucks. That was just an awful engage. It was just an awful engage. You rushed things, and then you fed. Forcing Zarya bubbles and getting a lot of aggro with your ult is worth it if your team is there to follow up on. You went in so deep, your team was unable to follow up on it. Your tanks weren't even line, and then you feed afterwards. Don't care about your Hanzo. Don't care about your Hanzo.
If you see me freeze, just don't.
Nice.
I already dropped a lot.
Yeah, preloading porn helps with connection issues.
Why do they think Spilo was the one playing? I mean, obviously couldn't be me because he didn't kill 6 consistently.
I'm just gonna fix my turret.
Sure. Sure. Not sure. Oh! Well, let's go ahead and dry it up, boys. He was a good Doomfist. Some would say he was even the best. Rip. I don't even remember his name. Rip Doomfist. He was a good hero, but he got too greedy for the kill. Next thing he done know, he was dead as a doornail. Poor Doomfist. One day. Okay, this is basically, here we go.
Monkey sleeping on high ground with the supports. Wir machen das.
Oh no, you didn't! Get the mega, get the mega, get the mega, get the mega, get the mega,
Monkey did?
get the mega, please. How are you surviving? How are you surviving? Oh, you are worthless. Oh! Oh my goodness, this is painful. Chat, what am I looking at, dude? What is this? What is this? How do I coach this? This is a complete... The enemy team, like, they just... Oh, no.
I'm going on top again.
They just literally handed you the victory. That was the biggest throw I've ever seen in my life. No, don't. Thank you. Now, stage. You have defender's advantage. Utilize it, please. Please, utilize it.
Don't damage boost me. Damage boost the Doomfist.
No, you don't damage boost Doomfist. Damage boost Torb. You damage boost Torb. Torb is the one that does the more consistent damage. Doomfist is the mobile one, right? Damage boost the spam hero.
Pharah's one.
Yeah. If you're not going to land fat left clicks on the Winston, and you're not going to get a good enough CC on him,
Oh, none of the rush.
you just didn't do a whole lot there. You're going to ult, aren't you? Yeah, I can smell that one a mile away. Good, you saved your life. Huge. Now you have to wait and give up the point anyway. Beautiful. Okay, let me look at this fight again. Staging was really not that great. Ah! Drop my mic.
Don't damage boost me. Damage boost the Doomfist.
So you don't have punch immediately. You should punch this anyway, by the way, because you'll still get the CC. You'll knock him off, whatever you feed charge, whatever. Get him off your back, mate. You uppercut him instead. Not good. You low charge punch. He still survives. You don't get any fat left clicks, and he survives. This monkey got a ridiculous amount of value out of that jump, and you did nothing out of it. Either you go kill their Ana, or you actually get the monkey off of high ground. You do one or the other. You either CC tanks or you kill squishies. Okay. And then this. cute little maneuver. Keep spamming I need healing. That will really get the message across. Good job shooting Farah, just what you're designed to do. Great staging, by the way.
Heal wounds and take names later.
Thanks, son. 16 months, thanks, man. How you doing? How the kids? Worthless, man. You're worthless. You're doing nothing. Like you're not punishing tanks. You're not actually threatening backline. What are you doing here? Why aren't you staging? Why aren't you setting up your engage? Like you're right. Like Reinhardt's not really doing anything right now. Go like drop, punch the monkey, uppercut him from here, and then slam back. Do something. What is your hero good at? Shooting a monkey? Oh, he's asking for more food? Sounds like me, honestly. You're worthless. You're not staging at all. You're just standing behind your tank now. This is not what Doomfist is good at. What value are you getting out of this hero right now? What is your hero good at? Standing behind shields?
He just died.
You're worthless, man.
Don't push.
Yeah, okay, so now you're gonna on pharmacy, but you're gonna get snowballed and you're gonna lose anyway. Okay. Listen. Staging. 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 What does your hero want to do? Now go set it up. Now, on attack, find a flank. Find a rollout to get to high ground. Find a way to get to the back line. On defense, find a way to get to the back line. Find a way to tanks. It's compositionally specific, obviously. And it's going to depend on the situation. But you are like, oh, I know a couple rollouts with Doomfist, but I'm just going to randomly press abilities at enemies. No, pick an enemy and wipe them off the face of the earth. And do not waste time shooting stuff from the floor. Sins? Right. Right. Yeah, there you go. Please work on your staging, mate. Please work on your staging. There's so many times where you're like, you just don't get anything out of the hero you play because you're not doing anything. You're just sitting on the floor. Yeah, exactly. Wipe them off the face of it. Exactly.